Hello, this is Ivory from Frasware, and today I'll be going over the features found in FUnit 2.0.0. If you've never used FUnit before, I highly recommend you first watch the FUnit introduction video linked below. This video goes into detail on how FUnit works and how you can integrate it into your own projects. To begin, let's go ahead and import FUnit. You'll probably want to exclude the examples folder when importing FUnit into your own project, but for demonstration purposes, I'll go ahead and include it now. Not a lot has changed in regards to the FUnit editor plugin itself, but you'll notice that a new example scene is included. This scene makes use of the UI system that Unity introduced in version 4.6, and you'll see that we've included some FUnit test cases that test our UI that we developed in this scene. For more information on this scene and how we tested it with FUnit, please visit the UI example link in the description. FUnit 2.0.0 introduced a new feature called FUnit Remote. FUnit Remote is essentially a remote version of the FUnit plugin that you use inside the Unity editor. In other words, it's a feature that allows you to run your test outside the Unity editor, or inside your application. This can be very useful for determining whether your tests pass on other targeted platforms, and for uncovering platform-specific bugs. Adding FUnit Remote to your project is quite simple. Let's first create a new scene. Now let's drag the FUnit environment and FUnit Remote prefabs into our scene. Remember, the FUnit environment object must be loaded in a scene before tests can be executed. The FUnit Remote object enables a remote version of FUnit to function within your application. Let's take a quick look at the configurable options of FUnit Remote. On the FUnit Remote prefab, you'll notice a few properties that are available to us that we can change. Each of these properties are documented in the user's guide, but for now we'll just examine the Open Gesture property. This property defines the way we will access FUnit within the application. By default, it is set to triple tap. This means that if you tap or click the screen 3 times in a row, FUnit Remote will open. You can also set this property to button, which will cause a small button to overlay your screen and will allow you to open FUnit Remote by selecting this button. For now, let's set this property to button. Now that we have our scene set up, let's save it and create a new PC build to see how it works. First, add all relevant scenes to the build, ensuring that the scene containing the FUnit Remote object loads first. This is because we want to be able to access FUnit Remote as soon as the application loads. Next, we'll want to select the Development Build option. Doing so will allow appropriate logging to be done in the remote version of FUnit. You can build without selecting this option, however, FUnit logging will not function properly. Finally, we can build the project. Now that it's built, let's launch the application. Notice our empty scene has loaded and we have a small FUnit Remote button on the screen for us to click. Clicking this launches FUnit Remote. Notice how the interface is quite similar to the editor version. We are presented with each test class, and selecting one of these classes shows the tests that are found within. Selecting the checkboxes toggle the tests on or off so that you can only run tests that you are interested in. Clicking the cogwheel button in the upper right corner opens the settings panel. Notice that the properties found here are the same ones we examined earlier on the FUnit Remote object in the editor. You have access to these properties and you can change them at any time within your application. You'll also notice that a remote version of the FUnit console is provided. Again, the functionality is very similar to the editor version, and logs will show up here once they've been made via running tests. Let's go ahead and select the Run All button so we can run all the tests that were included in this package. You'll notice the window closes and our tests begin to run just like they did when we ran them in the editor. You'll also see the testing indicator that shows the progress of our tests. At any time, even while the tests are running, you can reopen FUnit Remote. Let's run the test that fails so we can examine how logging works. You'll notice an assertion error is logged in the console and we are provided with a file name and line number just like we were in the Unity editor. Finally, let's run the UI test so we can see how FUnit can interact with Unity's new user interface system. And there you have it. FUnit Remote is an extension of FUnit that allows you to run your tests on other platforms with minimal setup. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below or on our forum. Thanks for watching.